Hello, hi. So it's been a couple of days since my last video in indie hacking indie hacking journey. Um, so yeah, I want to continue my journey. So this is the day three of indie hacking journey till I reach a particular goal. So here we are going to go through this this story by James Fleischmann. So let's go. The 15 plus fastest products to build. Okay, by James Fleischmann. So this is the founder of, I guess, uh, DB Loom Flows. Okay, okay, Fleischmann in Hacker. Okay, so I guess he's writing about someone else. So let's go through it. When it's time to begin your indie hacking career, two things are really important. Oversimplification of the year, but bear with me. You have to minimize the risk. Start. Okay, and launching something quick and easy can take care of both things. Something quick and easy can take care of both things. Okay, minimize risk and start. Okay, it diversifies your revenue streams and allows you to knock out that easy uh, one so that you can get into the habit of shipping. I talked to someone with a lot of experience shipping products. In fact, he's currently launching 25 products in 25 weeks. Okay, so one thing here, uh, we are noticing here that shipping fast is one of the best habits uh, in indie hacking. Like in this case, he's launching 25 products in 25 weeks. And earlier, when we read about this, I guess he was following a way where he's launching 12 startups in 12 months. Okay, so main thing is shipping fast. Yep, that's right. Ayush Chaturvedi. Okay, is launching 25 products in 25 weeks. This guy knows how to make a quick product, and he's turning a profit too. Okay, how he's doing it? Well, he certainly isn't building a SaaS every week. No, he's creating other types of digital products, quick ones. Okay, and yeah, I get it. SaaS is the end all be all, right? We all prefer the idea of building a beautiful piece of software. So here is an unpopular opinion. Not every product needs to be a SaaS. There are other options, and they exist for a reason. Okay, let's talk about the product Ayush was able to create in a week, and I'll outline some other options later. Products that Ayush launched in a week. Okay, in the last few months, Ayush has built the following products within 7 days in the mastermind group. Okay, so what is it about 0 to 5 p.m. with a tight knit community of indie founders? Okay, indie founders. It is a community of indie hackers. Hmm. 3 members. Okay, we'll join you later. Hmm. Limited free access. Full forum access. Okay, no recording invite only. Mm-hmm. $99, 179, 249. And what he's selling, community. Okay. Hmm. Bluebird Essentials, copy OS. This is Twitter course. This is copywriting course plus Notion system. Okay. Launch like a pro. Swipe wide the user interview playbook. Maker toolkit. Creator hotfix. Creator profit playbook. The landing page playbook. Okay. Ayush. Most of these are info curation based products because I have to keep the scope very narrow and actually ship the product in a week. A SaaS would take at least a month, even if I build it with no code. Okay. So these are actually info curation based product, not SaaS. Okay. Info curation based product. That means something kind of community or maybe learning info sharing. Okay. So if you're counting that's a mastermind group, a course, a system, a swipe file, a toolkit, a compilation of tips and a toolkit. He's also got other courses, guides, ebooks, and a premium newsletter. And before he embarked on the 25 cross 25, he also had a productized service and did some consulting work to keep the lights on. Okay, today he has made about 2k dollar on indie masterminds and a total of 2k dollar on everything else. Okay, not a few money by any means, but respectable considering each of these was built in a week. Oh, okay. With little promotion after that week. In case you are wondering how he pays the bill, he set up 2 years of runway before quitting his job. More on how Ayush does it later. For now, here are some other options. Other products with quick turnaround time. I did a little digging and found more options to add to the list. Of course, there are other options out there, and I would love to hear your additions in the comments. Ebooks and guides. Ayush made them, and you can too. They don't need to be overly long. Okay, I've read a few that are only 10 pages or so. Ebooks. So who will buy an ebook? And why would anyone buy ebook? Or guides. Guides is I call them playbooks. But whatever you call them, these people are succinct, actionable guide on how to do something that you have done successfully or that you know a lot about. Newsletter. I'm personally building one thing right now and I have really enjoyed it. So far, I have built it to 1100 plus in 7 months without a following, and I'm about to launch the paid tier. Though I would advise doing it earlier, and it has brought me other opportunities as well, like being a weekly guest on a YouTube channel with 200k plus subscribers and a possible co-founding opportunity for an existing product. Then we have blog, then we have podcast. If you go to the blog route, you can monetize it, add sponsors or paywalling, or you can just use it to build your own brand and improve SEO. Podcast can run the gambit, and to start one, all you have to do is talk. Growing it might not be easy though. Monetize through ads, sponsors, premium content, promoting your other products, or selling episodes as bundles. If you're established. Hmm. Services, then productized business services that we discussed earlier. Services, okay, this isn't a product, but you can pretty quickly find clients who will keep the lights on for you as you build your product. Productized services, even better, IMO, than providing services is selling productized services. A productized service is just a service that is packaged and sold like a product with explicit features and a price tag. Making this work is all about systemization and processes that so that you don't have to work as much as you would to provide a normal service. Just look at okay, Britwell and his productized service business Design Joy, which is making a crazy $1.5 million per year by himself. Mind blowing. Okay, is he the person who wrote about productized business? Yes, James Fleischmann. Okay, so I five. This is essentially a collection of examples that can be used for inspiration. The collection could be marketing techniques, sales emails, good copy, you name it. Okay, so these are the starters from which he's earning. This is just a this is just what it sounds like, a list of tools and sometimes instructions to be used in certain situations. Try to niche down eyes with one. This may take a little longer. Design assets, but I have seen indie hackers doing it. Provide design assets like icons, fonts, avatars, etc. as products. Okay, courses. If you have got some expertise, and I'll go out on a limb to say that everyone does, and then you could condense your knowledge into a course and put it up on Udemy, Coursera, Gumroad, etc. Gumroad. Okay, okay, so we have to see Gum. Hmm. We already have this, and okay, so why would it be? go from zero to $1. It's that easy. Anything is not done. Okay. Just sell to anyone, sell anyone. But how to sell it? And really the main page of the Gumroad. What are they selling? Universal brush for line art and blend. They're selling it for $2. Hmm. I don't know what these are. Okay. Gumroad is a powerful but simple e-commerce platform that puts a wide selection of tools at your fingertips. Now you can sell the digital services you want, books, membership courses, and more. Open account, add products, start selling. Get paid, repeat. It's not easy. Gumroad. Okay, your store, your way. Pretty sure. So what is actually okay? So it is a marketplace. Make a living doing what they love, so we make it simple as how we pay creators whether you okay. Hmm. So photography, cosplay. What are these? Are they product? I don't think they are product. Okay, let's continue our case study. Uh, Courses. Then we have webinar. This tends to require a following, but a webinar is a quick way to make a few bucks. You don't even need to be expert. You can give cut from guests for sharing their experience. That will help. That will have the added impact of bringing their audience to you. Side note: if you don't have an audience, but you have expertise, you can be guest. Masterminds. As we saw above, Ayush did quote well on the mastermind, for which he charges $75. The beautiful thing about it is that since this is a group of peers, you'll just get just as much out of it as the participants. Okay, all you need to do is to get a group together, set the agenda, and moderate. Hmm. Digital templates. This includes web banners, emails, documents, and so forth. This is website change. This is pretty similar to templates, but it's good one for designers. Just design a beautiful landing page and sell on a website builder or CMS. Tutorials, e-commerce, and what to do after building one. Ayush always pre-launches to his Twitter following 4,500 with nothing more than a landing page. This is how he validates and hopefully gets pre-sales. Okay, Ayush, when I launch, I give away the first seat for free by asking people to reply to my tweet with an emoji to get the link to the product. Then I DM them the link. This brings in hundreds of replies, which causes the algorithm to push the launch tweet to more and more people. And don't get scared away by that. 4,500 followers. I used to think that I needed a huge Twitter audience or a large email list before I could start selling my product. But waiting too long before promoting your product can train your audience to expect free stuff and then they will never actually buy from you in the end. So be open from the start about why you're building a Twitter or email audience. And if your goal is to eventually monetize it in some way, then you should start testing products from the beginning. How to grow your quick to market product. Want to turn a profit in a week? Here's how I does it. Okay. I launch between Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday. Because that's when Twitter has the most traffic. Okay. So my week starts on launch day. I plan the product, make a table of contents, decide on the bonuses that people will get, then set the product up on Gumroad with the pricing details and the copy. I schedule the launch feed to go out later in the day. In it, I ask people to reply with an emoji to get it for free. As I mentioned earlier, I set up my Twitter scheduler so when anyone replies with that emoji, they will get a DM from me with a link to the product. Okay, as the product gets initial sales, I increase the price of the product. This helps me to decide on pricing, which I decide on after 2 to 3 updates. The next day, I start working on the product, assuming I have some validation. I start creating it. Okay, wait, he haven't developed the product yet. As the product gives initial sales, I increase the price of the product. This helps me to decide on pricing, which is okay. The next day, I start working on the product, assuming I have some validation. I start creating it, and by weekend, I have a fair idea of what the product will look like in its final form. Wait, let's go through it again. How to use Twitter, okay? I launch between Tuesday and Thursday because that's when Twitter has the most traffic. So my week starts on launch day. I plan the product, make a table of contents, decide on the bonuses that people will get, and then set the product up on Gumroad with the pricing details and the copy. I schedule the launch feed to go out later in the day. In it, I ask people to reply with an emoji to get it for free, as I mentioned earlier, and I set up my Twitter scheduler so when anyone replies with that emoji, they will get okay. Hmm. As the product gets initial sales, I increase the price of the product. This helps me to decide on pricing, okay, which I decide on after 2 to 3 updates. The next day, I start working on the product. As you may have seen, I have some validation, and I start creating it. And by the weekend, I have a clear idea of what the product will look like in its final form. I use Monday, Tuesday to do the final edits and add more sections, bonuses that I may have missed. I also promote the product in the newsletter and talk about it on Twitter actively through the week. I try to build it in public as much as I can. This gives me more info on what's resonating and how can I improve the product. Finally, by Tuesday or Wednesday, I send a launch email to everyone who bought the product, thank them for their faith in me, and release the product officially in Gumroad. I also announce that is live through Twitter. But there are, of course, a million ways to grow a product. Check out Growth Vibes for some ideas, but generally speaking, the best way you can do is go where your target customers are hanging out and contribute meaningfully. Okay. Thinking of ideas and validating them. Hmm. Trouble coming up with ideas I wrote about tech startup ideas, how to generate a great idea. Okay, so this is another like this article. Okay, we'll read it later. I wrote about some ways to come up with ideas a while back, and of course the venerable C.S. Allen did too with the most popular post in IH history, but that's what I had to say. Is this the most popular post in IH history? How to brainstorm? Okay, nice. Okay, bookmark. Hmm. How to brainstorm great ideas, business ideas. Okay, we'll read it later. Ayush, my ideas have mostly emerged from the conversations I have had with people I have met on Twitter and indie hackers. Having hundreds of conversations with people around the world thanks to this amazing community. After every conversation, I get a sense of what kind of product can help them, and I add to my list in my Notion. I think folks should have a solid plan and a list of ideas they want to test out, but be serious about every launch. Your customers are not there to validate ideas for you. They want to get their problem solved. Of course, if nobody pays or just a couple of people pay them, you can always apologize to them and refund the money. But don't make a product launch sound like an experiment. There will be duds, of course. No way around that, so don't be too hard on yourself. Your ideas get completely murdered by the market. That's hard to swallow. Okay, but important for all entrepreneurs to do. Okay, wrapping up. Oh, okay. Wrapping up. Long story short, ship something, do it quickly, then keep shipping. Having more buy buttons on the internet is a great way to diversify and grow your brand. Okay, so you have to put buy button. You have to make buy button to have money. If you don't have a buy button, how are you going to make money? Okay, this is the guy, Ayush. Okay, yeah, 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 sure. This is today I'm 23. Okay, 33. It's 24 months. Somewhere. I work for Samsung Research. Okay, I worked for Samsung Research as senior staff engineer Android. I was mid-management making a decent check every month. The corporate status. Plus, I realized hitting the corporate status I was climbing did not have an end. Oh, yes. This is the most important thing. I needed more interesting problems to solve than my job was going up. I wanted to solve them with interesting people. I told the job was taking on my mental and physical health. I knew I could actually live comfortably with much less than what I was making, but I still needed to find ways to make money. Then when I stumbled upon indie hackers, sure, solopreneurs bootstrapping towards freedom. I did not have any skills that were monetizable. I wrote a weekly newsletter with little passion, but I loved to read and I enjoyed writing. I thought Twitter was the only platform I could find any like-minded people on. LinkedIn was too fake. Instagram was too flashy. Facebook. I created my following, killed the negativity. But Twitter started with a fresh slate. Okay, I started following inspirational indie hackers. Daniel, okay, small bits, but bad for the economy. Full game, open source.